Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a subscriber request. The subscriber's name is Josephine. Josephine said, educate us on moisturizing oil for matured skin in Nigeria. All right, Josephine, to begin with, oils are not moisturizers. Oils are sealants. Take notes. Okay, let me give you a background story. I'm sorry, Josephine, science has to do with a lot of storytelling. Yeah. From Nigeria, it means you're melanin skin. You resemble me. We look alike. Okay. So basically, one of the characteristics, or so many characteristics of a melanin skin, we have dryness, we have pigmentation, we're easily triggered. So therefore, our moisturizing game is very important. And substituting normal moisturizers, that's your creams or your lotions, for oils is a no. Do you understand? And oils are sealants and they are very important. As we grow older, we, the melanin skin, we lose our fatty lipids. Therefore, that significant dryness as we grow older, isn't it? So here it is there. Um, there are different categories of oils. Yeah. And as usual, I would always say the ones I know now, maybe more has been invented, but basically there are about five significant categories of oils. Now here they are. I'll mention them in no significant order, but anyhow, there are ester oils, right? Then we also have silicone oils. Then we have essential oils. Then we have fatty oils, and then we have petroleum products, right? Now, coming back to the ester oil, an example of ester oil is caprylic triglyceride, also known as fractionated coconut oil. So, this is not your ideal normal coconut oil because your normal coconut oil is under fatty oils. So, can you see where a fatty oil has been picked up, refined, and then um, labeled as an ester? Now, these oils are very, very light. And to be honest with you, these are not oils I would recommend for a matured skin because you specifically asked for matured skin, right? And the reason why I wouldn't recommend it is because it is very light. You will see some of these luxurious brands that will tell you non-greasy oil or oil free, where you rub it is not greasy, it's very light, and all of that. Yeah. Now, most of the time, they are ester oils. But then hold on, these ester oils come in combination with fatty oils, but most of the time they are the base, right? So the fatty oils will come in as additives, yeah. So therefore, those kind of oils, you see people tend to use it before they use their moisturizers because oils like that will not 100% be labeled sealant in as much as they will have fatty oils in them. Now, the second set of oils is the silicone oil. An example of silicone oil is cyclopentasiloxane. That's one of the most popular ones that you see used in oils. You see even all these luxurious brands too that will tell you that these oils are non-greasy and people vouch by it when you come on the line on the internet. I mean, you will see influencers or creators making comparison, this oil and this oil, I like this one, this is oily. Then sometimes when I see those reviews, I'm just like, okay. When I look at the age, I'm like, okay, you have age advantage. By the time you start approaching menopause, you start approaching your 50s and beyond, you will not realize that those non-greasy oils are not a holy grail. Do you understand? That's why I advise people that when you are looking or following an influencer, you should look at the age group, yes, and you should also look at the skin type. And that's why I always hammer on the fact that the inner part of my face is usually oily and the outer part is usually dry. I hammer on that. So look for influencers that sort of have a certain resemblance as yourself and follow suit. And cyclopentasiloxane is usually the base, just like all those ester oils are the base, and then it is also in combination with fatty oils. You see, these oils cannot even carry themselves on their own because they are too light, right? They have to like join body. You're my Nigerian sister with fatty oils, and here it is about silicone oils, right? if you have watched any of my videos before, you realize that I'm a little bit against silicones. This is it. Silicone is not necessarily a bad thing, but then it's also not necessarily a good thing, depending on the situation. And it's an occlusive as well, right? And also can serve as a sealant. Yeah. The thing about silicone is the fact that it is not easily taken out of the skin. And when you say matured skin, there's high possibility that that matured skin, if it's above 40, maybe their 50s and above, will most likely use oils on their face, right? Because most of the time, from 50 to 55 years, you have tidied up all forms of acne. You understand? So you're not really prone to breakouts. You'll be prone to clogging of pores because, ironically, as we grow older, our pores even appear larger. So we wouldn't want to clog them, right? In order not to start suffering whiteheads and blackheads. That kind even of for younger skin, I tend to discourage the use of silicone oil. Is the fact that silicone is not necessarily a good thing and it's not necessarily a bad thing. And here's my reason. Silicone is an occlusive, so therefore it also serves as a sealant, because there's this language when you hear occlusive, there's this language sealant, that kind of thing. Okay, now the difference between a sealant and an occlusive is the fact that the sealant seals in whatever is on the skin, but it is not as solid as occlusive. So these occlusive and sealant, they serve the same job, isn't it? But occlusive serves a much higher job. What do I mean by that? For sealant, it can just seal in what is on your skin, but that does not mean that it's going to make what is on your skin to act more than what is supposed to act. You get what I'm trying to say to you? All it's just doing is sealing in moisture for you. But occlusive, occlusive is airtight. It will seal and then hold it down and then make it work harder. Like, how do I put this in English language, for God's sake? Okay, let me digress a little bit. For instance, now you use a product with retinol, right? Let me talk of retinol, the cosmetic grade vitamin A. Now you use the product with retinol on your skin and then you use oil over it. Now it's cool owing to the fact that retinol itself is an A star. It's super duper cool. But when you use an occlusive on a skin that you have applied retinol, the retinol will not go out, it will not come in. It will not move. Instead, it will even be activated because it is hold down beyond normal. If probably, if not even if probably, of course, retinol is something that oxidizes in the presence of air and light, but it is functioning on your skin, isn't it? So it is supposed to be depreciating, not appreciating. But when you use an occlusive, whatever you have on your skin is going to appreciate. And if what you have on your skin is a sensitive ingredient or sensitive active, is going to cause harm to the skin. I hope I did not over explain occlusive and sealant. It's very clear, isn't it? So that is why I am usually against silicone oils, in as much as silicone oils can also do a good job on matured skin. But this is the disadvantage of silicone oils. Just like I told you, it has advantage, it has disadvantage, but you just have to weigh. Do you understand? So basically, that is just it. And the fact that it cannot be taken out of the skin so easily like that, right? It holds on to the skin very well because it's an occlusive and it's a peculiar kind of occlusive, silicone kind of occlusive, synthetic kind of occlusive. It doesn't really get washed off the skin easily, so therefore it can cause product buildup. So aside from even causing sensitivity on your skin based on whatever you have on the skin already or based on your skin type, it can equally cause product buildup. So that is the reason why you see I have that little doubt towards silicone oils for whatever skin. Yeah. Then moving to essential oils, that is a no. Please, my child skin, don't go near essential oils. To begin with, essential oils are not even really oils. Yeah, they're not really oils, in as much as yes, they have awesome benefits. They're still not things that I would recommend for matured skin. In as much as people will say, okay, mix it up, dilute it with fatty oils, as Korea oils. It's still, what exactly do you want to achieve from those essential oils? What do you, because none of those essential oils really have any matured skin benefits. As some people will say anti-aging, which I don't believe in that. I would just say reducing fine lines and wrinkles. No essential oil has that capability. Just like I told you, they're not really oils. Do you understand? So they don't even act as ingredients or they don't even act as ingredients that would work on matured skin. I don't even know I'm trying to say to you. So for me, just keep it by the side is a no for matured skin. Yeah. So the awesome ones, like it's almost like I saved the last for the best. Those are the fatty oils. Now we have very interesting fatty oils. Most of these fatty oils are natural ceramides, which we, the melanin skin, we crave for. Just like I told you, as we age, we lose our fatty lipids. Therefore, we crave ceramides. Now, most of these fatty oils are natural ceramides. The ones that are not even natural ceramides, they help to boost the benefit of these natural ceramides. If you know what I'm trying to say to you, an example of some oil that even resembles the sebum of our skin is like the jojoba oil, the squalane oil. Those ones, they even resemble our sebum. Because naturally our skin has oil, isn't it? Then some other awesome ones that are not necessarily mimicking the sebum of our skin, but they are good natural ceramides that you can add to help nourish the melanin skin, especially the matured melanin skin. We can talk of sunflower oil, that's an awesome one. Sweet almond oil is an awesome one. Avocado oil is an awesome one. If you do not have an oily skin, right, you can also work with sesame oil. That's another awesome one, but not for oily skin type, right? Because some matured skin still age beautifully with a lot of oil, in as much as losing the fatty lipids reduces your oil, but some mature skin still tend to hold on to their oily skin, and then we'll definitely have to avoid heavy oils. And technically, actually, let's mention them. I wouldn't recommend coconut oil. And the thing about it's coconut oil is not even a natural ceramide, in as much as it helps alongside. But then I will not recommend coconut oil because it's a heavy oil. So in as much as your skin is might be mature, you might not be breaking and all of that, it's too heavy. It can still clog your pores, leading to white heads or black heads, which you wouldn't necessarily like. And the thing about coconut oil again is, if you're based here in Africa, you apply it on your skin, you don't wear sunscreen, is going to darken you. I don't know where people got that narrative that oils are like sunscreens. No. Even if they have a little bit of sun protection value, it is not essential. It is not enough to actually protect you. Do you understand? So instead of protecting you, it's going to end up exposing you to more burns from the sun, because you have that illusion that those oils will protect you from the sun. No, no, no. That they don't have the standard um protection factor. Yeah. So the last but not the least is the petroleum products, which the most popular guy on that block is the mineral oil, also known as liquid paraffidum. That is awesome. An example of such oils are the Vaseline oils. Yeah. Baby Johnson oil is also a good one. These are examples of oils that you can use. But let me tell you something about all of these oils I have mentioned. Make sure if you're using these oils, you're applying them on a damp skin, not a wet skin, because when you apply it on a wet skin, that is a recipe for disaster. Yes, very, very important. Take note of that. I think, yeah. So fatty oils and mineral oils are very, very beneficial to matured skin. But like I said to you, it will be advisable to apply them over your moisturizers or your creams. Yeah, do oils give glow? Because people will say glowing oil. Yes, oils give glow, but let me tell you how that glow is being manufactured. Is manufactured from a good cream or lotion that you have on your skin, then using sealants to seal in those beautiful benefits from your liquid or from your cream or lotion, is a good one. Then the same thing too with using occlusive oils. You're sealing in the creams and lotion, but make sure those creams and lotion do not have actives that, when being sealed in under occlusive, should not sensitize your skin. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Example, now you're using a cream that has vitamin A or vitamin C. I wouldn't advise the use of an occlusive oil. Instead, you can do your fatty oils. Do you understand? But one very interesting thing again, like I said from the beginning, you can see that all the list of these oils, they have one thing in common: the fatty oils. Aside from the fatty oil itself, that is alone. I don't know what I'm saying is making sense. And your mineral oil can also still be alone, but your mineral oil will be most beneficial if it is in combination with your fatty oils. Like I have an oil in my product line. Yeah, this is an infusion with turmeric as well in it. And I did the formula with occlusive oil and fatty oils, and it is not too oily. Let me show you something. Now, I hope you just saw it from my camera. Look, based on the formula. So when some people even complain the oils are too greasy and all of that, it's still based on the formula, right? See now, it absorbed onto the skin. Look, I don't know if you can see it clearly. Yeah, it absorbs. So it depends on the formula when people are complaining about greasiness. And of course, oil is not something you pack and rub and see if you're bathing with it. No, she understands. So basically, for matured skin, I would recommend matured skin sticking to good fatty oils like the ones I've mentioned earlier, and occlusive oils. But you have to be careful where you are applying them based on the previous product. Okay, based on the actives in your lotions or your creams. I hope what I'm saying here is making sense. Yeah, when you use oils alone, would they moisturize your skin? Yeah, they will moisturize your skin if you apply them on a damp skin. But the problem is that you will not get the glow you would want out of oils. But when you combine them with good creams or lotion, then obviously they become glue. That's how those people that are telling you, come and buy glue oil. They don't just tell you buy glue oil alone. No, no, no. They will still encourage you to buy creams and lotion and use it alongside with your glue oil. So your glue oil is a supporting product. I don't know, your oils in general. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. Yeah. So basically that is it. And there are some oils. Let me add this quickly, that some vendors will sell to you and tell you lightening oil, brightening whitening oil. They can still be lies, they can still be truths. But let me tell you something, some of these oils that they claim will whiten you, they're not oils, they are glycols. So it's most likely propylene glycol that is being infused with tyrosine inhibitor. So you cannot expect oil vibe from those ones. Instead, they are more of humectants. Do you understand? Which is still very important for you to still use them on a damp skin. But the problem with all with oils in that category, when you use them alone, you might even end up dehydrating your skin. Yes, yes. When you use them alone and at 100%, like at or at a very high percentage, you have the risk of dehydrating your skin. So, therefore, whatever kind of oil you choose to indulge in, please use lotions and creams first. Is it very clear? Josephine, I hope I was able to answer your question. All right, thank you so much and hope to see you in the video soon. Keep dropping in the comment section what you want me to review. The next one I'll come with will be advanced Korean skin lotion or something like that. Someone dropped that too for me as well. So just keep dropping these things and then we'll keep talking about it. Thank you so much, my fellow beauty enthusiasts, and hope to see you soon. Bye.